Hi, how's everyone doing tonight? Thank you all for coming out. Thank you, Morgan, for putting this on, as always. So has anyone who writes, or I guess makes art in general, have you ever made a piece and you're like, wow, this is the most intensely personal thing I've ever done? And then like the next piece you write, you're like, wow, this is the most intensely personal thing I've done. And like just like a series of that, that's like my whole writing career. And this may be like the most intensely personal thing I could possibly write. So you guys are about to witness like the very focal point of my soul. This took, I can't get over the symbolism and the fact that it took 9 months to write this poem. It's called Big Baby. And thank you, Brandon, for going through this writing journey with me. Did you have anything you would like to say?
This goes out to mommy issues, you know?
This guy is crazy. He has the entire thing memorized. I do not. So he will be reciting it from memory. I will be reading it. So, yeah. Thank you so much for listening. This is a long one, but please stick with us.
You will always be my first love. You will always be the first one. Yeah, you taught me how the world was. You just did what the world done. You painted me a scary picture, a self-portrait, and I turned it to a mirror. I tried to make something different, something bigger, but I guess I just can't escape the past. I tried to break the glass in an attempt to paint the world with different colors, but no matter what I drew, it always looked like my mother. Your large traumas caused my little ones. I'm still your baby, just a bigger one. I used to wish I was a better son. Then I started wishing that I had a mom. What if I told you this is something most go through? The first ones to hold you are the first ones to hurt you. And those that you're close to, they could one day desert you. See, love is a virtue. If done wrong, it converts you. It could bring out the worst you, block your path and divert you. Paint the lies that you sold you till you no longer know you. How do you give back the old you from the baby that done stole you?
See, the thing they never told you is that really there's a multitude of ways to rob a cradle. And my parents were actually experts at thieving. They done stole my happiness. And now the kind of grieving I've been doing lately has been a long time coming, I swear. Almost 30 years in the making, and I'll probably still be grieving by the time I get there. And the irony is finally hitting me. It is so funny that when I was just 3, my mom was a babysitter. How she specifically sought out other people's children to look after and nurture physically, albeit in exchange for money, and yet emotionally couldn't be bothered to raise me or my siblings. And now, as a result, as an adult, I'm just a big baby, and I need someone to sit on me, hurt me when I cry and sing me to sleep. With a gentle hand, guide me toward the promised land, but my mother of malice, while steeped in her own moral failings and emotional immaturities, she moved in madness, she mismanaged and manipulated my mentality with a myriad of iniquities, and now I can't even have feelings for anyone without automatically feeling rejected romantically. She planted the seed of sadness and disbelief so deep down within inside me, and now if there's anything that truly I can believe, it's that I will never find someone to love me. And I point the finger and shake my head at the silent silhouette of an apathetic part-time parent who couldn't simply tuck me to bed. Your outright refusal to recognize me has left a child-sized hole in this highly deprived soul of mine. Your garden was barren and I never had anywhere to plant my emotions. My attachment style is overwatering and I quickly outgrew you. I always knew that I loved you more than you loved me, and I'm so sorry that I was too much for you, Mother, but now I'm stuck looking for someone with enough emotional space for the parts of me that you never had time for. My healing fantasy constantly pushing and leading me into anxious situationships with reckless abandon. What you see before you now is a grown woman looking for the lost love of a little boy from a sweet old lady who never had any to give away in the first place. I have seen the face of the inner child that I am doing my damnedest to parent, and I love her so much. But I have been admonished by my biological mother every step of the way throughout the intense gestation process that has been my very own birth. I'm currently learning how to meet the needs of 29 years worth of me and unlearning the pain and deep-rooted disquiet grief that your soul has imprinted upon mine. A fate that any honest parent would never have led their child to.
Even when you're young, you just know that something's wrong. I remember you were always sad or withdrawn. When your pain switched on, it found me and hitched on. Now our trauma is bound and it still lives on, but it's never clear on who to give the blame to. Cause you was broken and abused, just trying to make do with your baggage and kids you gotta raise too. And the past few years you barely made through. It took everything for you to leave the man that broke you. You wasn't the same you, but I lost both parents when I was just age 2. Dad's gone, mom's unavailable, I couldn't attain you. It's so sad to see you always affected me, but I could never change you. Your acceptance is something I became a slave to. Grandma said, no matter what she done, she gon' always be your mom. And that's just the dang truth. Cause I could never hate you. I put myself in your shoes and had a breakthrough. I realized we're both looking for somebody that we could cling to. We all got baggage and we all got damage, cause we all mismanaged. We're all big babies from the womb to the casket, full of sadness, unable to mask it. Some say the storm they can't withstand. Should I give another chance? Do I turn back or make a new plan?
I have been once by my own hand within an inch of my life before. Standing in the shower, stooped in sadness and horror, razor to my wrist, I almost let the blood pour. I almost let them take Hayley away from me. Everything I am and more, my very identity. I am so sorry, and I am so ashamed to say that I almost gave them the reins. Unbeknownst to them and potentially against their consent, I let other people dictate the moves that I made and the way that I operated. My life could have been taken that day, but ever since then I've dedicated myself to making sure that never happens again. I can no longer deal with the rotting romantic underbelly of my life anymore. It's too much to risk, and I've yet to reap my reward. The way in which I love is such a burden to bear when there is no one to bear it with, and probably should not exist, at least not alone. And I'm trying so hard to accept that what I thought was true love this whole time wasn't really. Just the triggers in my brain of a cycle that repeats from generation to generation. Hurt and yearning for an impossible fulfillment. And I can't possibly believe that my own mother would do this to me. But as I approach my 30s, I realize that at this point, this is on me now. And it consumes entirely too much of both my mental bandwidth and emotional processing power to sit around and keep blaming you while I've got so much healing left to do. Maybe it's time I grow up and stop being such a big baby.